Welcome to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out what will happen next. I've got 5 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the Lapiz Lazuli. Group 2 is the Angelite. Group 3 is the Labradorite. Group 4 is the light green Aventurine. And group 5 is the Amazonite. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice. Otherwise, I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be in the description box. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates with you. Subscribe if you're new here, I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the Lapiz Lazuli. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards you have Truth. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle you have Purification. From the Modern Witch Tarot you have the King of Swords. Page of Wands reversed, and the Star reversed. And then from the Field Tarot you have the Empress, the Prince of Cups, Introspection, and the Nine of Discs, Culmination. It feels like it's going to be quite intense for you. It feels like you're going to find out a lot of information with the King of Swords and Truth here. And I feel like that's going to, at first, maybe change your plans and maybe make you lose hope, is what I'm seeing. It might be, you might receive news or information that is quite, I don't want to say bad, but I feel like it's going to be serious, like something that you have to seriously consider. And yeah, it could be communication that you don't want to receive kind of thing for some of you, but I do feel that in the end you will kind of meditate on it, and I feel like you will see a lot of blessings in it, and I feel like it will turn to reward for you. I'm seeing like you'll be able to, maybe as a result of receiving this information or news, you might be able to take away some things and start some new things. But yeah, it might change your plans initially, like maybe what you wanted to do is the thing that you'll have to end up letting go of. You might have had a certain plan that you wanted to follow, and you might have to let go of that and change and do something else, but I feel like the new thing will end up being more peaceful and more secure. And I feel like for some of you guys it's like a job or a work thing, and I feel like you'll have more free time and more money. So it might be that you get news that maybe your current employer is not doing so well, and it might give you a serious decision to make, like, should I stay here and try and help this company, or should I cut my losses and go? And maybe you were planning on staying and you decide to go. So it might be something that seems negative at first, but then you can find peace. Find peace and perspective is what I'm feeling, and find a way to turn it into a blessing and a win for yourself, especially financially, materially. For some of you guys, I feel like you had a dream or a hope for something that may be quite far out there, maybe not very practical. And again, it's like you might receive some information or news or kind of lose hope in it in some way, or you might just have to kind of look at it seriously, and you might realize that it wasn't very grounded. This plan or this idea or this desire that you had, it might have been a bit too out there, and you might have to simplify and purify things a bit. But I feel like that will be quite natural for you. I feel like you're just going to take some time out and it's just going to naturally happen. this kind of transformation, and I feel like it would lead to more groundedness. Like you might kind of realize that what you're doing is too out there and you want something more stable and practical. And yeah, I feel like it would give you more free time, more space. For some of you, I feel like you're currently feeling very stressed and having a lot on your mind and feeling very serious about things. And I feel like you are currently having to confront the truth about situations and be honest with yourself and others. And I feel like you're letting go of a lot of things. And you might be communicating things to others and it's kind of going wrong, I'm seeing. Again, I'm seeing the things that you're trying to do and your plans might kind of go wrong at first. Or maybe they're currently going wrong or feeling like they're going wrong. It might feel like things are not going in the direction that you want currently. But I am seeing that there is going to be a change of perspective and just some time to rest for you guys. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of material comfort and stability. It feels like you're getting space to yourself in a very peaceful, comfortable environment where you can relax and take care of your health and just have some time to just be. And I do see that you'll come up with a new plan, whatever goes wrong, whatever doesn't go your way, or whatever's just not working out the way you'd hoped. I feel you guys will make the right decisions, and I feel that you'll get some peace, some perspective, and I feel you'll start moving forwards based on something else. And I feel like your gut will guide you to this thing. But yeah, it's definitely time. I feel like it's time for truth to come out. So it's either you sharing your truth or somebody else sharing the truth with you. And it might not be what you want to hear at first, but I feel like ultimately it will give you more peace and security after a period of letting go and making some decisions. But yeah, some of you might get some bad news, I'm seeing, but I do feel you'll get some peace and quiet afterwards and you'll regain your stability. You'll regain your footing. And if you're worried about anything on a material level right now, which I'm seeing some of you guys might be, you might be feeling like things are very serious right now. I do feel that you'll get some perspective, you'll get some peace, and things are very comfortable for you guys. Things are growing very nicely. And yeah, I feel like some of you guys have been really in your head and not really, I feel like you're not really taking too much action, maybe. Too much in the head and not really doing enough. And you might really need a little break to feel more positive again. You might just not be feeling very positive, maybe because you're not doing enough exercise, maybe you're not having enough fun. Just living all up in your mind, being very serious for some of you guys. And maybe you've had to be doing that because of dealing with some truths. You might have had to confront the truth about a lot of things. Be very honest with yourself. But I am seeing that if that's you, if you've been very up in your head and like cold and not having very much fun, I do feel there'll be more perspective, more potential for you to just relax and enjoy life soon. And I feel like time to connect with your heart and to connect with other people emotionally more. And yeah, I'm seeing for some of you guys, you might have been having like disappointing relationships where people were maybe not serious, maybe just immature and just playing, and you might have received the truth about people who weren't serious, I'm seeing. And I feel like after some time to yourself, you'll be ready to move forwards again. I feel like you'll be feeling a lot better about yourself, feeling really confident, feeling really attractive, feeling really grounded. And I feel like you'll start to attract people who are more serious and stable, but I do feel like you're going to have some time alone first. I think you're going to enjoy the time alone to just appreciate yourself, give yourself some love, and have some peace and time to yourself. But yeah, I don't want to talk for too long, guys, so I'm going to stop there. I really hope you enjoyed that group 1. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below if you did. And leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here, I make a lot of content like this, and check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Angelite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Compassion. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Miracles. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have Judgment. Two of Wands. And the High Priestess. And from the Field Tarot, you have the Ten of Wands, Burden, and Strength. It feels like you guys are going to be very busy, I feel. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of decisions to make, quite significant decisions. And I feel like you're going to need some time away from your responsibilities to make this decision. Some time away from being so busy. You need just some peace and quiet while you think. And it feels like there'll be some communication required. I feel like electronic communications via the computer or your mobile. And yeah, it might be very important. And I feel like it might lie with you, the decision. It might be somebody else waiting for communication from you. It could be vice versa as well. I'm seeing you could be waiting for communication from somebody else. And I'm seeing if you are, it could feel very miraculous, the communication that you receive from this person. It may be very, very compassionate. Very, very kind. You may receive some unexpected support. It could be support that kind of rids you of a burden. And I'm also seeing there's potential for achieving success or completion with something quite significant, quite big, that maybe other people recognize. Like sharing something with the world at large, with quite a large audience, potentially. Sharing something, I feel like something significant. And it might open things up for you, open up opportunities, but again, that will lead to decision making about what to do going forwards, whether to stay with what you're doing or do something new. You might have a lot of new opportunities presented to you, and some of them might feel very miraculous. Some of them might be quite magical. You might just be overwhelmed with it at some point. Because it does feel like all the responsibility is coming on you. It's like it's your blessings, but it's also your responsibility. And that might feel quite heavy at times. I'm seeing there might be quite a lot of pressure from that at times. For some of you guys, I feel like there's something like an opportunity to return to something or to revive something. And I feel like things, if you're waiting for communication with someone with regards to a decision that they've got to make, I'm seeing it's going to be very good. Like the decision that they've made will go in your favor. But then, yeah, again, it might lead to new decisions to make based off of their decision. It might lead to a choice to be made. But yeah, I am seeing communication coming in and going out, and a lot of considering communication, what to say, considering what to do, taking time out to decide what to do, and seeing things from very different perspectives. I'm seeing really reevaluating things. You might have to make a lot of changes in your life and to yourself. You might change some behaviors, some habits. You might change your location. I am seeing support. It feels like you have a lot of independence and you do have all this responsibility to yourself, but I do feel like there is someone you can call on for support. You might be able to offload some responsibilities if it gets too much. There may be somebody you can contact that can rid you of some of these responsibilities I'm seeing. But yeah, some of you guys might be deciding whether or not to move, deciding whether or not to change something significant in your life, and it does feel like you'll need some time away from everything to think about that. But there may be somebody who can help you and support you. It feels like there's a need for patience. Things might take longer to complete than you'd like. And for some of you guys, that might make you want to change course, I'm seeing. But it feels like there's a miracle coming. There's something very significant happening, like a significant completion that will allow you to look at your future differently, change the future. I'm seeing a lot of healing as well. I don't know if any of you guys have been suffering with a health problem, but I feel like you're going to receive healing. It may be miraculous feeling. I feel like especially stomach problems, and especially if it's been a long time, and feet problems I'm seeing. Feet, ankles, legs, stomach. I feel like those problems might just go, like you might just wake up one day and find that you don't have that anymore. I'm not sure who that's for. And it might be spiritual, it might be divine, like you pray and it goes away the next day or something, I'm seeing. That's not for everyone, but if that's for you, please comment. I'm seeing your spiritual gifts might be heightened. In the near future, you might find you have a lot of messages coming to you from your intuition that can really help you. And a lot of it might be not necessarily related to your own life, but more like inspiration, I'm seeing. Sources of inspiration. Some of you guys, you might be writers or creatives of some description, and you might be receiving really cool ideas, very colourful, insightful ideas. I feel like there'll be a lot to consider for you guys coming up. And you will need patience, I feel like, with yourself, with what you're doing, with the work that you're doing. And potentially with other people around you. You might have to be very compassionate towards them. And yeah, you might receive a message from somebody from the past and have to consider whether or not to reply, whether or not to open it, whether or not to talk to them. And you might leave them waiting a while, I'm seeing. And you might be very busy, you might be too busy. I'm seeing you might get offered something like an opportunity, and it might be something that you've wanted for a long time, it might be something you wanted in the past and kind of gave up on. But yeah, I'm seeing you might be too busy to take it on, or feel like you're too busy to take it on, but I do feel like there might be a way to offload some responsibilities so that you can do it. And there might be somebody who can help, somebody who really loves you. I definitely feel like partnership, like there's a partnership that can help, I'm seeing. But it's like under the surface, I'm seeing it's like that person's not really with you, it's just communication, maybe like electronic communication. And maybe you're not decided whether you want to, like fully revive it, or maybe you're too busy. But whatever it is for you guys, I do feel like you're going to be very hard at work, you're going to have a lot on your plate, you're going to have a lot of decisions to make. And it's very personal stuff, it's quite significant. Personally significant decisions, spiritually significant decisions, physically significant decisions. It's a lot of two energy, which is why, again, I'm seeing partnership. But whatever happens, I do feel it's going to be very miraculous. And I feel like it's going to really inspire you, it's going to give you new hope for your future, new ideas. So I really hope you enjoyed that group too, that was really nice. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here, I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Labradorite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Soul Journey. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Opportunity. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. From the Field Tarot, you have the Tower, the Ace of Wands, Energy, and the Three of Wands, Vision. This is really cool. I feel like there is a really cool opportunity coming in for you guys. Something very significant to your life's journey, to your soul's purpose in this lifetime, to your mission. It feels like a big opportunity, but you might be wary of it. I'm seeing, and it might be quite sudden. It might come in very suddenly, and it might shock you, and it might not be expected, and it might seem like something maybe unwanted on the surface, but I feel like it's actually a very stable, solid offer. It might seem unstable, but it feels like a success. It feels like you guys are going to reach success with something, and it's going to allow you to move forwards, and it feels like you're moving forwards in a more grounded, practical way. For some of you guys, you might get a new job offer, I'm seeing. I think for most of you guys, it is a job offer. And yeah, I do feel this wariness, this defensiveness, like you might be unsure if you want it, if you want to accept it. But it feels like a great opportunity, and it feels like there's a new vision for your future that will emerge, that will be less stressful. I feel like currently you guys might be quite stressed, despite the successes that you're experiencing. You might have come quite a long way and experienced many shocks, many problems on your way, things that have gone wrong that you've had to deal with. But it really does feel like this fresh new start for your future. I'm seeing the future's going to look a lot brighter for you guys soon because of this new opportunity, this new offer, or this new plan that you have. I am seeing you following through on plans. Some of you guys, you might have a plan that goes wrong, but it leads to a new opportunity that's better, and you might just be following through with something out of habit. For some of you guys, you might have received success with something in the past, and you're just kind of continuing and finding stress with it. Now, it might not be bringing you any joy or success anymore. And it might have been something that you had to do as part of your journey, but maybe there's something new for you to do now. And I feel like you'll get an opportunity to do that. And yeah, it might be out of the blue, and it might lead to you having to suddenly make a decision about what to do. And for some of you guys, you could receive a little shake-up before the good news and before the good opportunity comes in, which might make it easier for you to take it. Like you might have been doing the same thing for ages and just kind of sticking it out even though you weren't finding any pleasure in it and weren't really finding much result. Maybe in the past you had some results, but like recently maybe you haven't been, and then something might happen to kind of change your situation where you don't want to do that thing anymore, and something new just comes along at the same time. But it really feels like the new thing that's emerging for you guys is much more positive, and I feel like it's much more right. At least for now, for the next part of your journey, it feels like what you're meant to be doing. But it might be scary. It might be very scary, because it might be very different from anything you've ever done before. It does feel something very brand new. And I do feel like the communication will come in very suddenly. It will be... For some of you guys, it might be you're waiting for it for ages. Some of you guys, you might be applying for loads of jobs, say, and waiting for ages and ages and not receiving any responses. And then you just receive one out of the blue one day. Maybe in response to one that you sent off ages ago, somebody just emails you like, hey, you still looking for a job? And yeah, I'm seeing you might be wary of it. But it does look trustworthy to me, this opportunity. And I'm seeing you developing things and like not giving up on the things that you're really passionate about, the things that are going well. I feel like you're not going to give up on those things. Those things are not going anywhere, I feel like. They're very stable. But there seems to be other things in your life ending that are opening up new opportunities. And this card's actually called Energy in this deck, which is really nice. So it does feel like a boost of energy. You guys might have been just really exhausted, really tired, really fed up, quite bored, I'm seeing. But it feels like things are changing, things are transforming for you. Things are going to be shaken up in a way that makes it more exciting. And the thing with the Tower is it can release all that stagnant energy, which can create a burst of fresh energy all of a sudden, which can really drive you forwards. But when you're in this state of waiting, it's like you're just stuck with all that repressed energy that can't go anywhere, can't move. It feels like there's slow progress being made at first towards success, but then things will really transform, and I feel like the progress will be accelerated. And it's like the future you envision for yourself will be closer, within your reach, I'm seeing. It feels like really exciting opportunities that you're receiving, so please do be open to them. Please try and avoid being wary, especially if it is something you really want. I feel like it might be for some of you guys. It might be an opportunity to get something you really, really want. And it does look trustworthy, it does look stable, it does look practical, it doesn't look unrealistic to me. I just think you have to go for it. You just have to say yes. I feel like you guys will get an opportunity that is definitely worth saying yes to, but it just might not be something you're sure about at first. But yeah, this is really cool energy. I feel like there's something very transformative happening that's very significant for your journey. It feels like there's a lot of new opportunities coming in. It feels like there's a lot of successes coming in for you guys, especially with work. With relationships, I'm seeing you might have been very independent, moving forwards on your own, very focused on career, and there might be somebody coming out of the blue. You guys might fall in love out of the blue with somebody, and the relationship could develop very quickly. And I feel like you'll be looking at a future with this person. It won't feel like a temporary relationship. It might jump quite quickly forwards. But even if it's not that, I just feel like there's some opportunity coming that's going to really shake things up in your life and bring a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new energy with it, and give you a new focus and a new plan, which is much more exciting. And it might involve coming together with other people, but I feel like these people will be very good for you. It feels like they're part of your soul family, people you're meant to meet on this journey. So I really hope you enjoyed that group 3. That was a great reading. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here. I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you who chose the green Aventurine. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Intuition. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Voyage. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Fool, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Wands. From the Field Tarot, you have Justice, the Five of Swords, Defeat, and the Eight of Cups, Retreat. Interesting. it feels like a lot is going to be changing for you. I'm seeing a very significant new beginning. And I'm seeing you might choose to leave everything behind and start fresh. And it's very much coming from your own intuition. It feels like your own divine guidance of what is right for you to do. You might feel called in a different direction. You might feel called away from what you've been doing towards something else. Some of you guys, you might want to move or travel or just change everything in your life. You might change your job, your home. Maybe, I'm not really seeing relationships so much, but for some of you guys, you might have been very independent and you might be coming together with somebody. So again, that's another change. And I am seeing with some of you guys, you've been very independent and very happy alone, very happy single, very confident on your own. But it does seem like there might be an opportunity for love, for a very harmonious connection with somebody. It could be a best friend as well. It could be you spending loads of time with your best friend. You could be traveling with a best friend, going to see a friend. Maybe moving with a friend or a partner. But I am seeing that it's maybe coming from situations being very tough for you and hard and things going wrong. Maybe having to admit defeat with situations. Maybe even, for some of you guys, there might have been some breakups and you're going to have to be single for a while, but then it's like you come together with somebody. Or for some of you guys, you might have been with somebody and maybe left them to be single. Maybe you wanted to be single. Maybe you just felt this intuitive urge that you needed to. So please do take what resonates with your situation, because obviously there's a lot of different people watching. But whatever's going on for you, I do feel there's a lot of changes and it feels very divinely right. Morally right, spiritually right, and it feels like you are... What I'm feeling is cutting your losses. Letting go of anything that wasn't working for you, just saying goodbye to it, leaving it, and being very unafraid of doing that, being very unattached to anything. And all because you're very in tune and you know it's right. You know what you need to let go of. You know what you need to move forwards with. You know where you need to go. And it really feels like you're getting rid of a lot of baggage that you've been holding on to and feeling just more open and free. For some of you guys, this could be really old stuff. It could be things from your childhood or very, very far back in the past that have been like personal demons that you're leaving behind. And I'm seeing that's going to be a tough process, but I feel like you guys are very, very confident and very in the moment, just being present in the moment, and you're able to do this because of how you're feeling. Because you're feeling like you can do it, you can let go of this baggage, you can be open and fresh and embrace these new experiences. I'm strongly seeing moving and finding a new home where you can be very happy, maybe a place where you feel more yourself. Maybe you find a community of people who are more like you. You find friends who accept you as more of who you are, and that in turn makes you feel more confident and able to go for what you want and able to live in your truth. So it feels like anything you let go of, anything you leave behind is what is meant to be left behind. It feels guided by spirit. It feels guided by your intuition. And I'm seeing there's a balancing of things, balancing where things that need to go, so that you're much lighter and able to move forwards freely, able to embrace new opportunities freely, able to join with other people if you want, or be alone if you want. Happy alone, happy with others, happy staying, happy going, happy with whatever happens. And yeah, it feels like there's a strong new idea for the future. There's a new path, there's a new plan for the future that's coming from your intuition, that's coming from you leaving things that weren't working for you behind, things that were just really stressful. Defeat and then retreat. So it's like leave these stressful situations behind because it's the right thing to do, and you embrace your new beginning. And it feels like that is going to be so much happier for you guys. Look at all this red, yellow, bright colours. I can't pick up these cards today. This is lovely energy for you guys. It's a new beginning where you feel more confident, where you're more able to connect with people, where you feel like you found your tribe, found the right place. And some of you guys, you might get a new opportunity and it feels like you're very right for it. It's like you're the right person, you're very capable. And I feel like you'll be very accepted, and I feel like you will accept it. There's going to be some decisions to make, I'm seeing, but I think it will be easy for you. I think you're going to know. You just need to connect with yourself and be confident. Make the decisions when you're feeling confident, and retreat and take rest when you're not feeling confident. And I do feel like if you are currently in any stressful situations, I do feel like it's being resolved. And I feel like it's either being resolved spiritually, like something's happening to balance it, or you will be leaving it. You will be balancing it with your own actions and claiming something new. So I really hope you enjoyed that group 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here. I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amazonite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Freedom. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Leadership. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Then from the Field Tarot, you have the Four of Discs, Stability, the Seven of Wands, Valor, and the Six of Wands, Success. I'm seeing you guys are really taking control with the situation to create stability. And it feels like it's going to be very stressful. It feels like it's going to be very difficult, very, very tough. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of challenges, both materially and also psychologically. You guys are going to need to be very tough, very strong, very on guard, very sharp. And I feel like you're going to get some news which might be not very good. It might be some bad news that might cause some material difficulty for a little while. But then I'm seeing that you'll find greater stability and more comfort and success. But it will be after a difficult period. There'll be like a difficult period of instability and change on a material level before you find the success. But I definitely see a lot of new ideas coming, and I feel like freedom of mind and physical freedom. You might have been quite restricted by your situation. There may have been something very restrictive on you that's going to be removed, or you might be removing it yourself. You might be making the decision to cut it away. And that might be very difficult for you, very, very, very challenging. And it might lead to a lot of change, which may not always be pleasant. It may not always be easy, but I'm seeing that you guys will make a success of it. And it seems like there's going to be new growth coming from everything that you let go. I'm seeing you're going to be very tough through all of this. You're going to be able to take on all the challenges in front of you. I think it's going to be very busy for you as well. There's going to be a lot on your plate. So you really are going to have to stay on top of it all. Stay ready to deal with it. Be prepared to deal with it. There might be somebody who's not very positive around you. And And this person may cause some difficulty for you for a short amount of time. But I feel like you will manage to get away from this person. I feel like you'll have some support to get away from negative situations in your life. There might be somebody you can communicate with for support. There might be somebody who can run to freedom with you. And I definitely feel like your ideas can take you very far. Your own action can take you very far, but there might be somebody to back you up. Somebody to go on the journey with you. It feels like your important relationships are secure for this group, but you might have some material difficulties, and there might be some people who you have to cut out. There might be some toxic people and situations you have to leave behind, and that might cause difficulty to leave behind. For some of you guys, it could be like a really toxic job. For example, you might have very bitchy colleagues, or very poor leadership, potentially. And you may have to leave that situation, but I feel like that would be very freeing for you. And I also feel like you guys have leadership potential. Somebody might be seeing leadership potential in you and offering you another opportunity, which allows you to get away from the stressful job, potentially. That's not for everyone, of course. But I'm seeing like an elevation within you from leaving these situations behind. I feel like you're going to feel a lot stronger after you go through these challenges. They're going to really make you. It feels like you're going to be maturing through this process and really finding and claiming what is yours, what you want, what you own. Some of you guys, you maybe have been like in an insecure accommodation. Maybe you've been renting, maybe somewhere quite unpleasant, maybe in a bad neighborhood or something, and you might have to leave. You might go somewhere else, and I'm seeing you might have someone with you. And together you might find somewhere much more secure where you can take on the world more easily. And maybe even together you can put your money together and own something instead of renting or something like that. But I'm seeing through struggle, you will increase your security, you will increase your status in the world, increase your confidence, increase your sense of well-being, and remove yourself further and further away from situations of stress and people who you can't trust. Difficult situations, toxic behaviors even. But yeah, you might get some bad news and you might be made aware of some difficulties, some toxic people, some problems. There might be some problems behind you that you're not currently seeing, but you will be made aware of soon. But I'm seeing that you guys will handle it very well. Yeah, there might be some conflict with somebody. There might be somebody unpleasant or toxic who wants to start drama with you, and it could be related to work. But I am seeing that you guys will be successful in the end. This other person seems like they're just trying to stir trouble. And I feel like you'll defend yourself very well if that happens to you, and I feel like you'll free yourself from them. It feels like you'll be able to get away from that environment. And I feel like you'll have control over a lot of these changes. It's not like it's being done to you. You guys don't really have any major cards. You actually don't have any major cards. You have all minor arcana. So it's very much within your control. Although some of the changes might be initiated by other people's actions or other people's communication. But it seems like your decisions. And it also seems best for you. It seems like you're going to get success out of this situation, and the people you leave behind, these toxic negative people, they're still going to be in the same position in like 5, 10, 20 years. They're still going to be like that. And I feel like you guys, through all the changes you're making, you're going to be much more secure, much more confident, much more happy in yourself and free from these draining people. The only people you have with you are people who support you, people who add to your stability. And it feels like you'll have some space and protection from these draining people. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're new here. I make a lot of content like this. And check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, PayPal for donations, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.